Closed captioning for the Casey Malone Show is sponsored by Hunter Stevens Land Title Agency. Integrity, service, and commitment you can trust.
Oh, yeah. Casey Malone is serving up local. It's time for the stories of our region, the tastes, the sights, the sounds, and the people in and around the valley. Get ready for some local flavor on the Casey Malone Show.
Today, it's an annual tradition, an Irish song from my father. I also prepare shepherd's pie and Irish apple crumble with oats. But first, it's the Burke School of Irish Step Dancing. Well, these are some of the dancers from the Burke School of Irish Step Dancing, and I, too, am an alumni. I know you girls are impressed. I'll show you my moves later. And but I was dancing with them many years ago, and I will not say that on camera. But I am watching you guys, and I am so impressed with your moves, your dancing, your discipline, and it just seems so much different from when I took it back in the Stone Ages. How long have you been dancing, Caroline?
This is my 10th year dancing.
So you must really like it.
I do.
And you're going to start college, but you're still going to dance?
Yeah, I might start teaching as well.
And what do you really like about it? Like, why do you think this, really resonates with you?
I like the competing aspect, and I like making new friends every year when we get new dancers.
It's really nice. How long have you been dancing, Miss Molly?
6 years.
And you must really like it. Now, how old are you?
14.
You're 14, so do you think you'll be doing this into your college years?
I hope so.
How about you?
5 years?
And do you think you'll continue this into your teens?
Maybe.
You're kind of like me, huh? You're not sure about this, are you? No, but when you go to compete now, it's still in the fesh. Is that what are they still called feshes? And how far do you travel to compete with others?
Sometimes as far as Columbus or Sandusky, and then we have regional competitions, which the last one was held in Louisville, Kentucky.
Tell me about the costumes. I'm going to have to get some pictures online, but are you still wearing the wigs?
Yeah, the wigs, there's either a bun wig, which is a small one on top of your head, or a full wig, which comes down sometimes the length of your hair.
Oh, do you like the wig?
Sometimes. It depends how long we wear them.
We have got Nora, Elise, and Jocelyn, and more of the dancers. And so impressive. Jocelyn has qualified to go to World. Tell me about that.
I recall, and I placed 6th out of 96 dancers. I'm a World qualifier going to Dublin in April.
In April. So 6 out of 96. I mean, what were the other 5 like that did better? I mean, were they really better?
They were amazing, really. Yeah.
Okay, Jocelyn made me cry. She danced so beautifully. And, when I danced, I mean, I wasn't really great. But when I see really good dancing, you know it because you know what you could be like. And honestly, it was really touching to see you dance. I mean, do you really love it?
Oh, yeah. I love it.
You must. I mean, because you're so good. And what is your favorite dance?
Definitely my set.
The set, and it was really good. How long have you been dancing on?
9 years.
Okay, 9 years. There seems to be a lot new, cooler techniques. Where are you getting these new steps from?
Well, normally when we go to regional competitions, we see what other dancers do and try to do what they do.
Do you borrow steps?
Yeah, we try to tweak it a little bit, but we mainly base it off some of what they're doing.
How long have you been dancing?
10 years.
I mean, you got a lot of air. You do. You got good lift. And you must really like it.
Mm-hmm.
When your parents broached the subject, were you hesitant or were you excited about it?
I've been doing this ever since I remembered. I don't remember not doing it.
And you really enjoyed it?
Yes.
And how long have you been dancing, Madeline?
8 years.
You are very good. You are good too, Riley. And you really enjoy it, don't you?
Yeah.
Why do you like it so much?
I love going to competitions. I love going around to different places and meeting new people. I mean, I love having friends from all over. It's really fun.
I mean, do you keep in touch with people like from the other schools and that?
Well, when I see them at competitions, I remember them, and yeah, we do talk again.
Well, Lisa Devlin is the president of the Burke School of Irish Dance. And how did you get into that unfortunate elected position?
Well, my daughter Madeline has been dancing since she was 5, and I wanted to be a part of it and help out any way I could. So I started as the booking coordinator, then the vice president, and president ever since.
Well, I'm telling you, these are impressive kids. How many are in the whole school?
We have about 30 dancers on average, and they range in age from 3 to 18 at this point.
And how often do you practice? How often do you meet to get your skills sharpened?
Well, in our season goes year round. So Tessie, who is 87, still comes and teaches once a week with us. And then we have our other teachers who give classes the rest of the week. So the kids are here 5 or 6 days a week.
And that is quite a bit. And I mean, this is a nice space. It's right up here in the Cornersburg area. So you're really centrally located. How would someone get in touch if they wanted their child to start dance lessons?
Our new beginner workshop will be coming up in April, and to register, you can visit our website.
How have you seen like a change in your daughter? Obviously, you really liked, what step dancing did for her. And how have you seen, her grow?
When she started, she was 4 years old. And her favorite thing to do was give Tessie a hug at the end of class. And I saw her come out of her shell and become more confident and a poised young lady who is not afraid to be in front of a crowd and make new friends when she meets someone new.
Well, Kayla is the one who hooked me up with this segment. And you are one of the teachers, but you were a former student.
Yeah, I danced for about 12 or 13 years, and I've been teaching for about 8 or 9. So I taught while I danced too.
So you must have been pretty good.
I was decently good, yeah. Tessie was rough on us, but it worked out in the end. She really knew how to push us to mentally train and physically train.
So did you compete nationally?
Yeah, I actually tore my Achilles before nationals, but I competed at the Oireachtas, so yeah, it's a lot of intense training, but I'm grateful for every opportunity the school's given me.
I think it would be fun to do adult, workshops and or classes. And I know they used to do it. Would you consider doing that again? I could get like a bunch of my friends and you teach us?
Yeah, actually in April, me and the president were talking. I'll be running classes on Saturday. I believe they're going to be free and open to whoever wants to come. So we're just going to set up a time and do that.
Oh, and it would be for adults too?
Yeah, we're going to have adults. We'll teach you how to skip and do all that. Maybe even do Kaylee's or like choreographies, whatever they want to learn. I'm pretty much open to anything for the school, so.
Okay, so you're going to be around here for a while, you think?
Oh, I'm going to be here for the rest of my life. I'm going to be like Tessie, so that'll be great.
Happy St. Patrick's Day from the Casey Malone Show.
I'm here at the Magic Tree Pub and Eatery with Rude the Dude, who's a little leprechaun for the high holiday. You have got quite a schedule planned.
Yes, we do. Starting March 14th, Saturday, we have a 4,000 square foot heated tent outside with some local legend bands. We have the Rage, the House Band, the Vegas Band. Sunday after the parade, same thing, tent outside. We got RDNA, the Bogside Boys, the locals. We're gonna have tons of beer, tons of food outside. We're gonna be inside, outside all day. It's gonna be a hell of a party.
Well, we really like to party here at the Magic Tree, and one of my favorite holidays is St. Patrick's Day and the festivities leading up to it. And my buddy Fast Freddy.
Yes, Fast Freddy's gonna be joining us.
He is gonna be your host with the most. So join us Saturday, Sunday, and the big day. Cheers to the Magic Tree. Sláinte.
The Big Tap In Beer, Cider, and Hard Seltzer Fest is April 25th at the Metroplex. Sample beverages from all over the world, plus local food, crafts, and entertainment. Proceeds benefit Project MKC. Tickets on sale now at BigTapIn.com.
Hi, I'm Elizabeth Bernard. I've been giving the people of our valley free advice for over 30 years, and my message has never changed. If you're involved in a car, truck, or motorcycle accident, don't try to handle it yourself. Call a lawyer. A lawyer will be your representative, dealing with doctors, medical insurance, and all the red tape that you may face. Hiring a lawyer doesn't mean you'll end up in court, and remember, there are no upfront fees on personal injury cases.
That's good advice. Need a lawyer? Learn more at ElizabethBernardLaw.com.
R&S Paint is a locally owned paint store and not a paint department. Inspiration comes easy when choosing exciting Benjamin Moore colors and finish. Over 3,400 vibrant and durable colors are yours at R&S Paint.
Mayflower Willem is your full-service, independent insurance agency. We work with several insurance companies to offer you choices for your insurance needs. We'll find the right product at the right price. Personal, business, farm, life, trust Mayflower Willem. You focus on what's important, we'll take care of the details. Mayflower Willem, close by with 3 locations to serve you.
Rulli Brothers has a great choice of quality cheeses. We use our relationship with Old Road Houses to specially select the product and then have it custom cut and packaged by our own local artisans. At Rulli Brothers Market, our family is in the store.
Join the Isle and Purple Cat family. Employment opportunities are available. Given is living.
Si hablas predominantemente español, te ayudaremos a aprender inglés. Ven a trabajar para nosotros.
In honor of the approaching high holiday, St. Patrick's Day, I've made some Irish specialties. And I've been testing these and tasting these, and I think I've got it down. I'm gonna make a dessert, which you are going to love, my Irish apple crumble with oats. It's actually kind of healthy. And you're going to love my shepherd's pie. For this recipe, you'll need 2 large russet potatoes, peeled and quartered, 6 tablespoons of unsalted butter, 1/4 cup milk, 1/2 cup shredded sharp cheddar, 2 stalks of celery chopped, 1 small onion diced, 2 medium carrots diced, 2 cloves of minced garlic, 1 teaspoon of fresh thyme chopped, 1 teaspoon of fresh rosemary chopped, 1 pound of ground beef or 1 pound of ground lamb or half of each, 1/4 cup of tomato paste, 2 teaspoons of flour, 1/2 cup of red wine and 1/2 cup of beef stock, 1 tablespoon of Worcestershire sauce, and 1/2 cup of fresh parsley chopped. So I am boiling the potatoes right now in salted water, and I'm gonna wait until they're fork tender. But in the meanwhile, I am going to get the bottom layer going. And I've melted the 2 tablespoons of butter, and I'm going to add my vegetables. Now, a lot of people like to add peas. I did not want to because I don't have fresh peas right now. And I'm going to add some celery and the onion, the garlic, and the fresh herbs. There they are. The thyme. It sounded like Jamie Oliver there. I called him herbs, not herbs. And what I'm going to do is just cook these down until they're softened. It'll be about 5 or 10 minutes. Now I am going to add the beef. So we're going to cook this down until it is no longer pink. Now I'm going to add these tomato paste. The Worcestershire, the red wine. If you don't want to use red wine, you can also just substitute it for a full cup of beef stock. And now we will cook this for a couple minutes, let it all combine and thicken up. Let's make sure we adjust the seasonings. Remember, I haven't put any salt or pepper in here. And that's a good flavor. But I always think a little salt in the meat brings out that flavor. So I'm doing about a teaspoon. And then a couple grinds of pepper. So I cooked the potatoes until they were fork tender in salted water, and now I'm going to mash them without anything on them. So we'll just mash them and get them all broken up. And then the milk, I added the 4 tablespoons of butter, milk and butter, and I'll add this to, and last but not least, this beautiful cheddar. Make sure you get it shredded because you want it to evenly distribute, and then stir it. You don't want to mash that in. And you can make it in a 9x13. So just put a couple dollops all over the top. And I've already preheated the oven to 375. We're gonna put this in for about 30 minutes. Well, now it's time to make the sweet stuff. It is my Irish apple crumble with oats. I'm using a mixture of apples. There's some Golden Delicious in there, some Braeburn, even a Gallo or Granny Smith, whatever a good baking apple is. For the filling of this recipe, you'll need 3 cups of peeled, cored, and chunked baking apples. Granny Smith, Braeburn, Golden Delicious, about 3 or 4. 1 tablespoon of all-purpose flour, 1/2 cup of brown sugar, and the juice from 1 lemon. For the crumble, you'll need 3/4 cup of all-purpose flour, 3/4 cup old-fashioned oats, 3/4 cup brown sugar, 1 cup of cold unsalted butter cut into pieces, and 1/4 cup chopped pecans. I've already prepared. It is a 9x11 pan, and I'm gonna add the chunked apples and the brown sugar. We'll break that up. The flour and the lemon juice. All right, and all we're gonna do is mix this up. Now, this one takes a little bit of work. I am going to have to take my ring off for this one. We are going to add the brown sugar, the flour in no particular order, the old-fashioned oats, not the quick cooking oats, and all this butter, because you know how those Irish love their butter. And we are going to make a crumble with this, like a meal. And what we're aiming for here, make sure that butter's chilled, is you just keep, with the warmth of your hand, pressing everything together and making sure you combine all the dry ingredients. And what we're gonna do is just break it off and just evenly distribute this along the top of the apples. And now I chopped some pecans. Now this isn't necessary, but I just like nuts on this stuff. I think it's good. And again, the oven is at 375, and I'll put it in for 30 to 40 minutes. Start checking it at 30, but this is bubbly and delicious. Well, these came out of the oven about the same time, and of course you have to have a resting period. But boy, these are 2 one-pot meal and a one-pot dessert. What do you think, Jelaine, of the shepherd's pie? I know you're not a big fan.
I know, but this is the best I've ever eaten.
Really?
It really, really is. Mm-hmm.
Now, when I first started this recipe for the crumble, oat crumble, they were telling you to just pour heavy whipping cream on top.
You know, of course,
the Irish love
the
that.
Irish love whipping cream.
But you could just use whipped cream, or oh my gosh,
This is delicious.
Mm-hmm. And you know what? I put out the heart. Just like being in Ireland.
Yes.
Go to my website, CaseyMaloneShow.com, and the recipes for both of these are there. Make them all year long, but especially for the high holiday. Cheers, Jelaine.
Nostalgia.
The Casey Malone Show will be right back with more local flavor.
Celebrate the 42nd annual Mahoning Valley St. Patrick's Day Parade. Join us on Sunday, March 15th as the parade steps off at 1 o'clock on Market Street in Boardman. Proudly supported by these great local sponsors.
To own a business where your name's on the window can be pretty cool. That's my family. My name is Danny Catullo, and I'm the owner of Catullo Prime Meats. My grandfather started the business in 1962. I was able to take our old style butcher shop and bring it out to the new age using e-commerce to get our products to more customers. When we started shipping, there was not a ton of information out there. That's where we really worked with FedEx so they could be able to help us with our perishable shipping. We were taking on new purchases that we never had to make before. Boxes, coolers, ice packs, anything that was involved around shipping. So we can no longer do this with the cash that we had on hand. So because of the Plum Card from American Express and all of its benefits, it was a natural fit to help grow our business. And when someone calls and lets you know that you made their dinner, that's satisfaction that you can't get anywhere else.
My basement was dreadful. Cracked concrete, chipped tiles, it was my dumping ground. Carpet, vinyl, wood don't last. Now I have Pebblestone, the best basement floor covering, made with natural stone and the strongest man-made binder. Pebblestone evened out my floor. Easy to clean, resists moisture, and withstands flooding. You will love your basement. Call locally owned Pebblestone and receive 50% off. It's not just any stone, it's Pebblestone.
Rulli Brothers is way ahead of the competition. Check out Rulli Spice World, where you can buy bulk herbs and spices, plus candies, nuts, and fillings for pennies on the dollar. At Rulli Brothers Market, our family is in the store.
Here at Creekside Fitness and Health Center, we are focused on you, from cardio and strength equipment to classes and personal training.
Your all-inclusive membership gives you access to a full-size basketball court, pool, hot tub, sauna, and steam room. And over 60 classes per week are all included free with your membership.
Membership and personal training specials are happening now, so come experience life on the fit side at Creekside, your neighborhood gym.
Selling engagement rings never gets old. It's love.
It's a huge on-taping because they're going to wear that ring probably forever, but if they're not going to wear it forever, they're going to pass it down to somebody.
Our rings will hold a lifetime, and we want to make sure it does. We stand by every single thing that we sell. I believe I can find the perfect ring. I really try to get them exactly what she would want.
And to just be a little part of that is really, it warms your heart inside.
Get real, get Kamara.
My father loved 2 days. That was the Sunday before St. Patrick's Day, because that's when we hold the Mahoning Valley St. Patrick's Parade, and he loved St. Patrick's Day itself because he loved to celebrate his Irish heritage. On my St. Patrick's Day shows, I will always close out with this song that my dad sang at our wedding. I absolutely love this song, and I really miss my dad. So I'm going to share this with you once more, The Maiden.
This is a song that my dad used to sing at Irish weddings a long time ago. And the name of the song is The Damsel, Only 19 Years Old. As I went a-walking one night by the strand, I met a fair damsel, she was dressed up so grand. She had feathers and finery, she had jewels and gold. She said she was a damsel, only 19 years old. Her fingers were tapered, her neck like the swan. Her nose a little turned up, her voice not too strong. In 3 weeks we were married, and our wedding bells told that I married a damsel, only 19 years old. When the wedding party broke up, we retired to rest. I nearly dropped dead when this girl she undressed. For a carload of padding from her chest did unfold. Says I, you're a dandy, only 19 years old. When I awoke in the morning, I thought I would faint. She scraped off her thin cheeks a full pound of paint. And on her left shoulder, a little hump did behold. Says I, you're a cuckoo, only 19 years old. She took off her wax fingers till she left only 3. She unscrewed her left leg up as far as the knee. When she took out her glass eye, on the carpet it rolled. Oh, good God Almighty, only 19 years old. She took out her eyebrows, they were black and sublime. She took out her false teeth, she had just 29. When she took off her blonde hair, her bald pate told that I married a damsel only 19 years old. So now take my advice when for marriage you go. Examine your girl from her head to her toe. For if you do not, you will like me be sold to a damn Nova Scotian who is 90 years old.
Ladies and gentlemen, he'll be opening up for U2.
The Casey Malone Show is sponsored in part by Denise and John York and the DeBartolo Corporation.